man. All right, guys, top of the morning. Happy Monday, April 8th. I'm coming to you alive. I'm feeling passionate and I'm also feeling sore. Now, I get this, and here's what I get. I get this at a very high level. My wife loves to take baths, and she puts her Epsom salt in there, and she goes and relaxes, and she thinks it's relaxing until Silas just jumps in the bath. But anyways, I was so sore because I had practice on Friday, and then we had 2 games on Sunday, yesterday. And, I'm 44 years old. I'm not a spring chicken, but I tell you what, I'm in pretty decent shape. But man, I was sore. I've never used our giant bathtub. I've used that twice in the last couple of days, but I feel good. I feel accomplished. And here's why. Anything that we are taught, anything that we train on, coach on in regards to mindset, visualization, preparation, practice, all those things are applicable to almost everything that we're going to do in life and business. And so I get out there to the field yesterday an hour and a half early. I'm walking around, I'm talking to myself, I'm in the outfield, I'm visualizing the ball. And so it was really, really cool to be out there, have some fun, and then have my son come out and watch the game. So it's encouragement for him to go and do better in baseball. And so, yeah, I feel accomplished, feel super, super sore, but really, really excited to be able to play softball. And so I just want to share that thought with you guys. Let's go ahead and get rolling. I'm actually going to turn the mic over. Who do I got out here? Who do I got? Who do I got? Before Cortez takes his next bite, I'm actually going to go to Cortez. Cortez, you're going to bring us out on the field on this beautiful Monday morning. So, big dog, let's hit him with it. Great to see you. Let's have you bring us out on the field.
All right. Good morning, everyone. I've been really encouraged to stay in the moment. So I actually finally read the book that you suggested like 2 years ago, Elias, Stillness Speaks. So that book, super dope. I feel like when I read my Eckhart Tolle, I'm like super cool. So that's what I want to tell everybody. Just stay in the moment. Like, don't think too far ahead. Don't go too far back. Let's just get locked into where we're at right now and just keep building that momentum from there. And that's all I got, man. Have a good day.
God, I absolutely love this message. I remember doing boxing before, and my boxing coach would say, just stay in the pocket, right? Let's not go far too back out here. Don't reach and don't lunge your punches. Like, stay in this pocket. So, man, I appreciate that. I appreciate that message. So, let's go ahead and get started, you guys. What I want to talk about today is obviously what's going to move the needle. What are your goals? What are your challenges that you're facing? And what are your wins? But I saw this earlier, and I want to share this quote with you. And if it hits, it hits. If it lands, it lands. And I want to share this with you. And it states, those who commit to nothing are distracted by everything. Those that commit to nothing are distracted by everything. You guys, you got to look around. There's so many things going on. There's so many things that are going to steal your attention in that moment at any given time, but you have to be able to stay in the pocket. You have to commit. You have to commit to say, you know what, today I'm not going to do a million things. I'm going to do 2 things that are going to move my needle forward. And so let's talk about this, you guys. I want to write down 4 wins, and this is what I want you to accomplish today. So if you don't have a pen, if you're driving, come back to this, or if you see this in the future, come back to this. If you're on the elliptical or treadmill on mile 5 like JJ is, then come back to this. But what I want you to do is I want you to write down 4 wins today. The first win is a physical win. It is Monday morning. What are you going to do today that is going to be a physical win? Now, I'm not telling you to go out and do 75-day hard. I'm not saying go and run 5 miles. I'm just saying if there was a physical win today, if it was a walk, a bike ride, a run, a gym workout, yoga, stretching, whatever that looks like for you. But what is one physical win that you'll have today, and write that down? 2, a mental win, meaning you read something, maybe you wrote something to provoke some thoughts, maybe you created something, you learned something. Maybe this acts as your mental win for the day because you're here at coaching, you're getting your mind ready, prepped and prepared for the week ahead. Number 3 is a spiritual win. And I'm not talking about a religious win because that's not my style. That's not what we talk about here. But what I am talking about is possible meditation. If it is a religious something, then write that on your list. Gratitude, reflection. What is something that I could win today on in my spiritual journey? And then number 4, what is that business win for today? Is that business win today to take all of your open house leads from Saturday and Sunday, put them into your follow-up box if it has not already been done. Send out all of your personal videos if it has not been done. Does that mean that I'm going to post that one video that I've been sleeping on over the course of the last week? Is it to make X amount of calls today? Is it to knock on X amount of doors? Is it to launch my newsletter? Is it to write an article? Whatever that looks like for you. What is that one business win for today that is going to move the needle? Get clear on those things and be able to celebrate the small wins. And I'm only asking you guys for 4 today. I think every single one of us is capable of writing down a physical win, a mental win, a spiritual win, and then a business win. It's Monday morning, you guys. This is when we're going to get some momentum. So let's do this. I want to go around the room. I want to hear a couple wins from people on the call today. And also I want to hear, and I think this is more important, I want you guys to share some challenges that you're facing right now. And let's do some true group coaching in this setting. If I can help, I can help. If not, I'm going to lean to you guys because there's so many great minds on this call today. Who wants to start this off with sharing a few wins? I don't care if it was over the weekend. I don't care if it was last week, but like share a couple wins with me. And then also get yourself in the queue to talk about challenges, because we all have challenges. So I would like to have 5 people raise their hand. I don't care if it's wins or challenges, but go ahead and get your hands up in the queue, and we're going to start this conversation out. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, I think we have enough to get started. We got some momentum. We're going to go D Bledsoe. D Bledsoe, let's hit him, big dog. What's your thoughts? What's your contribution on the conversation? Let's go.
Good morning. Good morning. First, immediately, I thought when you when you raised this idea about sharing wins, I just finished The Gap in the Game, like Cortez was saying, a book that you recommended a while ago. I just finished it while I was in Texas last week, and it talks about staying in the moment, but also celebrating your wins and not getting too far ahead of ourselves in terms of future tripping and just just getting away from the moment and celebrating ourselves and our wins. So it's really cool that we're on this topic today. But I had a win yesterday. A client that was referred to me by one of my wife's coworkers. Lower price point, so I was a little nervous that I wouldn't be able to help her out like I wanted to. But we identified 2 places that she really loves. First time home buyer, young lady, and really nervous about it, but I think we found something that she really loves, and it's not a lot of competition. So I think that'll be another win right there. And it's at least a win seeing that somebody is getting close to accomplishing a goal and she's excited about it. Even though she's nervous, she's excited. So that's a win for sure. And then something that's kind of like a challenge, but I took it as a win. I was working with a client that's another acquaintance of the family for about 2 years, wrote a couple of offers that didn't work out, obviously. And yesterday, his wife sends a housewarming invitation to my wife. And so I'm out showing houses, and she hits me up, and she's like, "Oh, no, they didn't. They went with somebody else after all you did." And so she declined the invitation. And so the husband ends up texting me, like trying to check my temperature. And he's like, "Hey, I got some questions about this house that we just bought. It has a tenant, and I don't know what to do." And I was like, "Well, you should probably ask the agent that you work with." "Oh, well, she didn't take any commission. She just wrote the RPA for me. And so that's why I'm asking you." And I just left him on red, but it made me think about what's coming up in July in terms of our value. Like, yeah, there's people that will do things for little to no money, but that's what value you'll get out of that. I do have value. I do have knowledge to add to it. And that reminded me that we're necessary, and all of the experience, all of the knowledge is necessary, and that's why we get paid. And so, no, I didn't answer his questions, and no, I'm not going to answer them because I'm not getting any money. But it was a win to me because it made me realize why I'm necessary in these transactions. It's not just to write an offer. I do know some shit about what I'm talking about, so that's why I deserve the money that I'm getting. So
that's right. That's
wins.
right. That's right. And it's the value that each of us add. And You know, I shared this last week. If you missed that call, you guys, Demian right now, out of over 215 agents within our agent population of fast real estate, obviously this is open to everybody, but let's talk about that. He's number 7 in the company for overall volume. And this is a dude that is just really recommitted to his visibility on social. I can't even count how many videos that he's created in the last 90 days. And he continues to keep that momentum, and great things are coming for it. And by the way, bro, we all have a great support system. Your wife is such a great support system for you. She is a raving fan of everything that you do, my man. And so I'm sure you know that, but
It's a free business partner. It's a big blessing.
that's right. That's right, bro. All right. Well, good stuff. I love it. Jessica Segura Hernandez, let's go to you, and then we'll keep cruising through the names. I don't know if it's wins, challenges, or what you would like to contribute, but let's go.
Okay, good morning. So I had 2 wins this past weekend. So on Saturday, I hosted an open house, and although I was pretty bored, I took that time to practice my scripts and work on my negotiation course. So I used those hours, to just work whenever people weren't coming in. And then yesterday on Sunday, I submitted a few marketing requests. That way I could get all of my marketing um, together. I submitted a request for my listing and buyers presentation a few weeks ago. Yesterday, I submitted for some business cards and a personalized sign-in sheet. So I'm super excited for that because I had purchased a template that I really want to use, and just hoping that the VAs could help me out with that. And then some challenges that I've had lately, I've been feeling a lot of fear actually, and not sure where that fear is coming from. I know in the beginning I was feeling so like fired up and like, oh, I got this. But lately I've been feeling lots of fear, and some of my clients, I thought they were ready to purchase. I've been nurturing them, but turns out like they're not ready because of their financial situation. Like they have to save a little bit more money. So the people that I was supposed to work with in the beginning of this year, like they have to wait a few more months. So I don't know. I just been feeling also like less confident lately. I think because of the whole settlement since I'm new. It's just I've been trying to practice my scripts so much, and I don't know, it's just causing a little bit of anxiety lately.
All right, that's actually I'm going to stay here for a minute, and if anybody has any contributions on that, feel free to raise your hand. But let me ask you this: when you talked about fear, it was coupled with your clients wanting to push off their timeline a little bit. Just so I understand, I want to make sure that we're on the same page. Is
Mhm.
the fear coming from the uncertainty of when the money is going to come as you're forecasting these clients getting into contract and closing? Is that where the fear is?
Yeah,
Or is the
a
fear of
little bit.
actual communication? Say again.
A little bit. It comes a little bit from like the money just because like my bills are piling up. So I'm like, whoa,
Totally.
like gotta get it together. Yeah.
Yeah, and we all have that same challenge, right? Because we have to look at our financial runway. Some of our financial runways are shorter than others. It's just, that's just the nature of this business. And so I think right now there is going to be some uncertainty, but Jessica, I'm going to be real honest with you right now. And if I can just have permission to be, transparent and go a little deeper with you. I believe that everything that you're doing the right things. You're showing up, you're practicing, you're putting all of your buyer flow together. Now, what needs to happen is that I need to feel 100% confident with how I segue from a buyer's consultation into a BRBC and how I articulate the value that I'm going to offer my consumer and the rate that I charge. I think that in itself, there's some fear. And please raise your hand if there's some fear on how do I actually articulate that, right? And so once we have that part down, and that comes from you doing the training, you doing the coaching, you doing the script role play to where it sounds natural. Because right now, Jessica, if you were to hop on a call with me to do a buyer's consultation on a scale from 1 to 10, how would you rank yourself in being able to execute a fire buyer's consultation? Where would you rank yourself? Be truthful.
Yeah. I feel like I'd be a 6.
6. Okay, cool.
Uh,
So you have some room, right? There's a 4% opportunity for growth. So that means that you have to go back and you have to just unpack everything. But okay, how would I actually say this to segue into that BRBC? And the great thing about it is that you have some time. So continue to stay head down, focus on these things, and continue to bring these challenges up. And I'm curious to hear it. Does anybody have some additional thoughts, advice, or maybe words of encouragement for Jessica? Because we're all in the same boat right now, right? We're all in the same boat. Go ahead.
Can I say something, Elias?
Please.
Elias, 22 years in, I still get that same anxiety. It's nothing. Keep working. You know, you've got tons of people who prove to you that it works. Just keep going. You know, just keep going. And then I think it was D, by all means, call him back and explain to him why you will not work with him, because you're a professional. Don't ghost him. Call him back and say, hey, this would have been yours if you worked with me. I'm a professional. You're not a mechanic doesn't work for free. You don't go back and say, hey, I did my brakes on my own. You want to check to make sure I'm not going to kill myself? Same thing. I would, by all means, don't make it personal. Just say, hey, my policy is I'm more than happy to help my clients. Unfortunately, you're not my client. I really can't help you because that's extending my liability. And it's true. You know, if you talk to them about stuff, no matter whether you get paid or not, as professionals, we can get sued for that stuff. So you can just talk to them on a professional level and be like, hey, nothing personal, brother, but business is business. You made a business decision. I'm making a business decision. Make it pretty. I don't know how to do that, but that's what I would do.
I love that. I love that. Jessica, in the absence of fear is the absence of humility. And what I mean by that is that every time I get on this call, every time I do a meeting, anytime I hit a stage there, I am filled with so much fear. I'm filled with anxiety. My heart is racing, but also like be able to feel that, because it shows you like, all right, I'm human. I'm not cocky. I'm still humble. I'm learning. So like embrace that fear. Like, okay, I know where I'm at. I'm at a 6. I have 4 points to go. I want to make sure I'm at a 10. I'm going to keep working at this. So Jessica, I think that you're doing all the right things, and congratulations on your first closing. I think it was Thursday or Friday. So keep grinding, embrace that fear, know that we are human. And if you didn't have that fear, that would mean like, oh, you have this all shit figured out. You might as well pack it in and not even work in this business when you got it all packed in. So I appreciate you. I appreciate your wins over the weekend. Let's go to Erica, and then we'll go to Marissa next.
All right. Hi, everybody. Good morning. I want to start off with a challenge that I have. So I set some high goals for myself in the month of April. I wanted to make my first close, had everything set up, or even a close or a listing lead. I had this listing lead, right? She was so like strong about listing her home, but her problem was, oh, I can't buy a home until I sell my home. So we got everything in the right track. And then as I was explaining to her, she kind of just like shut down on me. And I then thought about my values, and if it was because of me and because of the way maybe I was navigating through some things. So I'm not sure if it was me, but she kind of just backed down a little bit. She said, I'm not ready. I'm going to tap into you within like 2 to 3 months. So I was really shot down by that. I was really sad for a while, but I bounced back. I was hoping that was going to be my listing for April, because I'm leaving out of the country for 2 weeks, and I'm trying to fit as much business in as I can and accomplish, you know, these things before I leave for my trip. And that also goes back to what Jessica, you were saying, like, you know, you have a lot of anxiety about these things. And I think I can relate. I have the same anxiety of failing and just letting myself down on these goals. But sometimes I just think, you know, it's just the process of things. Sometimes you have to fail to succeed. So that's how I'm taking it. You know, I'm going to still practice on my values and, you know, making sure I have a solid presentation so my clients don't feel like they have something to lose. I don't know if it was me. Maybe she's not ready yet, but she was sounding pretty solid in the beginning, and then she just kind of like not ghosted me, but just kind of like, like I'm not ready yet. So that's one of the challenges I'm facing.
Yeah, and you know what? There's some veterans on the call here. You know, I'd love to hear from you guys on this, or even somebody that has some thoughts and some insight. Erica, anytime that you feel something's happening in a relationship with a consumer or with anything in life, I always try to call it out. And not in a weird way, and not in a manipulative way, and not in an abrasive way, but just want to know what happened, right? We're going down the road and then something happened. They want to make an immediate right when we were on this track. So, Erica, I just want to make sure I understand, what happened, what led to this decision and what's happening, because I want to make sure that I fully understand the situation. And what will happen is that oftentimes people will open up more. They'll tell you, well, okay, we have some anxiety, we have some fear, we have some trepidation. We don't know if we really want to leave this house. We love this community. There's so many more things going on. And then when you understand what the root is, then you can address it accordingly. But what happened right now is you're guessing. You're left wondering what's going on with this consumer. Was it me? Is it them? Did I say something? Did they don't like all these things, right? Until we just slow down and say, hey, I just want to have a real conversation with you. I respect the timeline, but what happened and what changed? Because the conversation we had was vastly different last week. And so just kind of let me in and let me know what happened. And if you have a really good relationship with them, oftentimes they're just going to let you in and tell you a little bit more about what's really going on. Anybody else want to chime in on that conversation? Anybody have any advice, any encouragement for Erica? Is that Blessing? Was that you for Erica? Let's go.
Hi, Blessing.
Yeah. Yes, for Erica and for Jessica, one of the hardest things that, especially when the bills are piling up, when the finances are, because if we have the money, we're going to take care of it. And we're doing this job knowing that it's coming at some point. But when you're up against the wall, it's very easy to look at every single person as this is the person that's going to pay this bill. This is what's going to happen here. We put so much pressure and focus into that one that our desperation, even though we're not really aware of it, blows it up. So one of the things you have to do, and I think Peter said it by way of Kenny, if you can count all of the clients you have, you're not busy enough. You can't stoke and you can't bank your success on one listing, one buyer. You need to put enough people in your pipeline so that if that person delays, it's okay and you don't fall apart. It's just part of learning really how to do the activities and making sure you're effective there. Because the more people that you speak to, the more they get into your pipeline, you're going to end up with 3 or 4 people that want to buy in the month of April. And if one of them pushes off till June, you're totally fine because you've still got those other 2. But if they need to, you've got a stoked pipeline for May. It's about the activities and being consistent there, which is hard to learn in the very beginning, because we're just new and we're excited to get that first one. So give yourself the patience to build a really full pipeline and keep working that so that no matter what happens, you don't lose focus on your lead gen. It's why the number one thing we have to do as agents is lead generate. We have to keep talking to people, even if you have a deal, even if you have 6 deals closing, you still have to continue to fill the pipeline. That's the number one priority. And you're new. Give yourself grace. It will all work out. It's all the seeds that we're planting. And then all of a sudden you're going to look up and you do have 3 clients that you're working with right away. But it is a process. You cannot rush this. If not, you're going to end up doing what Demian's friend's realtor did and just write an RPA and dip. That's not the type of business that I know either of you want to run. So give yourself the runway to actually build that up and just know that it will pay off.
Man, I absolutely love this, and really, really great contribution, Blessing, and Erica, hopefully you took something from that. Our job and our responsibility as realtors is not to convince the people to buy now. That's not our job. Our responsibility is continue to prospect, to find the people that are motivated based on their circumstances to buy or sell now. And what happens is when you look at your business as a funnel, you're going to have the very top of the funnel. Let's call that 6 to 12 months out, right? Those are the people that you're nurturing. Maybe they need to save a little bit more. Maybe they need to get the house, their affairs in order. The middle of the one, let's call that 3 to 6 months, right? Those are those people that over the course of the next 3 to 6 months, they're probably going to transact. They're closer in their timeline, and there's probably an opportunity for you to close them sooner. And then there's the BOFO. That's the bottom of your funnel. Those are the people that are at your open houses. Those are the people that are immediately responding to your messages on Instagram. Those are the people that have the highest propensity to buy based on their motivation. So it's not our responsibility to convince these people to buy or sell. It is our responsibility to continuously fill that pipeline with people that are motivated based on their circumstances. And I'll be honest with you, that is the one disconnect for most realtors, is that they get in engagement with the client and they focus all their effort and energy on that. Now that client goes away based on circumstances, timeline, or whatever that is. And now you're left with, well, shit, my pipeline is so empty right now. And it happens. I'm so glad that Blessing brought that. It happens to the best of us, right? It happens to the best of us. So that's why prospect, that's why I'll say it until I'm blue in the face. It is so important to continuously find those opportunities, book for appointments, and fill that pipeline. So really, really great stuff. Let's go to Christina, we'll go to Aaron, then we'll go to Otis, and we'll just keep on going through this list here. Let's go, Aaron, Chris.
Oh, sorry about that. I had gotten quickly disconnected. I wanted to add to that what Jessica was saying. We feel it even on a lender's side. You know, when rates have been the last couple of years, I sit back and think, when I decided to be an assistant to then actually drop that and become a loan officer, it was really hard. But if you would have told me what was going to happen and be 2 years of the worst real estate market in over 30 years, I would have never taken the leap to become a loan officer. So keep focused. The market's going to be what it's going to be. I know it sounds super cliche, but it's so true. Just stay focused and keep prospecting.
Totally. You guys, the solution to everything in this business is always going to be prospecting. And then when you're prospecting at a high level, and my hope and my encouragement, and I implore you to do this, is to record your phone calls through Follow Up Boss. Because then you could actually go back, and if you're doing the activities and you're prospecting at a high level, then you could actually listen to yourself, be like, oh my God, do I really say so? Like so many times in a presentation? Do I sound solid? Do I sound fluid? Do I actually ask for the order? I had a coaching call last week. The person's like, I'm having great conversations, but I found out that I'm never asking for the order. I never say, you know what, Aaron, it's been really good talking to you. Would it be crazy to think that we should meet for coffee to talk a little bit more about your goals and my strategy and how I can help you in this market? Would I be crazy to even ask that? Wonderful. Let's go ahead and set up a time to connect this week. So it allows you to really analyze that, but doing the activity, the prospecting, will always lead to results. And here's why. And I've shared this with Vernon before. Action will win every single time. And you might want to write this formula down. Action first, right? So the action, whatever it is, it's the calls, it's the videos, it's the door knocking, whatever that action is. The action gives you a little bit of experience, right? That experience, good, bad, or indifferent, gives you a little bit of feedback, Erica. Now that feedback is going to tell you what are the skill sets that I need to improve upon, right? Maybe it's my opening. Maybe it's how I ask questions. Maybe it's how I close. Maybe it's how I don't close, whatever that is. So action always wins, because it gives you the experience. That experience gives you a little bit of feedback, and based on that feedback, it will tell you the necessary skills that you need to improve upon. So now I live in a world of action, right? Imperfect action, so I can continuously analyze and get better. So really, really good stuff, Christina. I appreciate you bringing that up. Let's go Aaron Crisp, then we'll go Otis, then we'll go Marissa, and then we'll go Rakitha. Let's go Aaron Crisp. Good to see you.
Hey, good to see you too. This is all very good stuff. It resonates a lot. What my win is that I've had a buyer that we've just wrote our 4th offer this week. And with each house they lose, they don't lose motivation. Another house pops up in this small pocket of Martinez that they want to live in. And so there's opportunities that keep presenting themselves. And I think with each offer I'm writing, I'm getting better at communicating with the other agents, getting feedback, building rapport. And so like you just finished saying, it resonated so much, the action of writing each one of these offers and reaching out to the agents and finding out, even when we lose the offer, like how far was I off? What was the thing? What could have we done to, get over the top? And that has all kind of helped to, I don't know, just write the offers. I feel good about it. Even though an offer hasn't been accepted yet, I feel like I'm learning and I'm growing in this space. And what Jessica started with and what everybody kind of chimed in on, I have my anxieties too. I think what I've been going through is, and Cortez started it off perfectly. I'm always like with this particular buyer that's motivated, that's going, I find myself sometimes thinking about the next. Where's the next? Where's the next? And there's other people I'm talking to, but it's like credit repair or this or that. So they're not ready, but I find myself not being in the moment with these people and kind of projecting what's happening in the future or where I went wrong, what I should have did 5 years ago, 10 years ago, right? And so I need to be a little bit more in the present, like Cortez started with, and then also the internal conversation you have in your head. You know, when I first started, like Jessica was saying, I had this energy at being around you guys, being in this group. You know, I felt like most of the thoughts in my head were more optimistic and like ready to go. And I felt a little bit of that pessimism creeping in. And it's weird because you want to speak positive things into existence, but when that negative creeps in your head, then you're like, oh man, now it's gonna all go. And it's like a snowball effect in a sense. And so I'm working my way out of that thought mind space. But this is all very positive because, you know, it shows as a collective group, we all have our challenges and we all have ways of working around it. And so I appreciate everybody's positive feedback, and this is a great space.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Aaron. And let's not get it twisted here, you guys. Motivation and positivity are vastly different, right? The positivity is something that is going to stay with us. That motivation is fleeting in the moment. You guys can hear somebody say something. Maybe Otis said something or Blessing said something that was completely motivating to you in that moment. But the moment the call goes away, that motivation is fleeting, right? Positivity is a simple choice, right? And is it difficult at times to make that choice? Yeah. So let me not say it's always simple, but that's a choice, right? And so I think the motivation is fleeting. Positivity is something that we truly can own. You guys, I dropped something in the chat down below, and feel free to take that, but I'll give you a quick glimpse at this. We actually branded the Exactly What to Say by Phil Jones. We branded it and did our own version of this. Now, obviously, there's probably going to be things that change with this, but if you don't have this, and if you're on the call right now and you're not on the team, feel free to grab that. It's in the chat below, and it's just a really good way to practice, to prepare, know what to say, because when you feel confident about what to say, it makes you even more dangerous because you're like, okay, I don't feel like I'm just going to get stumped when the consumer has objections or thought tracks. I just know how to keep my thoughts and my words in alignment. So let's go, Otis, then we'll go Marissa. What's your I know that's a lot of windows, I know. Let's go, Otis. I'm gonna step away for 1 sec.
I just want to piggyback to what Aaron was saying. That was powerful. That was deep. And to help with Erica and Jessica, I get on here a lot and I say I went a whole year without a deal. Like, it wasn't like a whole year where I just had one client or two clients. It was a whole year dealing with multiple people, doing open houses, door knocking, going to headquarters, getting together with people's script role playing and stuff. And at the end of the day, stuff just wasn't clicking until I got that first online lead, and then things just started to roll for me. But it's the fact that you're going to spend a lot of time, you're going to spend a lot of money before one of these things hits. Some people get lucky. Look at Michael, look at Champ. He got something in 30 days. I believe maybe sometime last year there was somebody that got a deal in their license like in a week. So I mean, you can go a week, you can go a month, you can go a whole year. But speaking on the motivational part, you can't lose that part, man. This is what all of this job's about. I mean, all my motivation wanted to go out the window when I hurt my leg, but I couldn't afford to do that because my pipeline and things got so busy for me that if I took a day off, if I took a week off, it was gonna hurt. So the power of partnership's always been there even before getting hurt. But there's people that's going to be on this team that take a liking to you. So, you know, I think this is the time to really look at those relationships, get with that mentor, learn, get gamed up as you possibly can. Because I mean, it's the summer skill set. The people that know how to articulate and move through this changing market, literally every day when July hits, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard for the best of us. So don't ever give up. Don't look at the commissions. Don't look at graduating. F all of that. At the end of the day, keep the motivation. Keep that eagerness to want to do something. Aaron just said, on to the next one. Yeah, on to the next one once we complete one. That should be the motto. And I think you're going to be good. Some of you guys are already in great positions out there working hard. It just hasn't hit yet. I mean, start thinking things as 15, 30, and 45 days. That's how I've been looking at things. So I've been kind of lucky and good enough at keeping to that mindset where I get something at least 15, 30, or 45 days in contract. So knuckle up. It's going to get hard. It's not going to be for the faint or the weak-hearted. So brush all that negativity and that stress out. We got 218 people here to bounce that shit off of. You hear me? So, stick in there. It's going to get hard before it gets better, but I think you guys are in a beautiful place and you guys are learning, especially as new agents. Because when I came on, it took me a long time to be able to get off of this screen and finally say, hey, I need to get off this screen and go to work. So when you're ready to do that, it's going to happen for you.
Knuckle up. And here's the thing. There's people that still come to the call no matter what, because listen, I have a coach, right? I have a coach and I meet with that coach weekly. And it's not that every single call she's coming with something different, right? It's just routine, right? Throw the ball, throw the ball, throw the ball, throw the ball, throw the ball. It's like routine, you guys. So this space is designed to be repetitious, right? It's designed to be repetitious for you guys. And that's always going to be the thought track. But when I look back in the past 4 years, right? We started the company in January of 2020. When I think back of all the things that have happened, obviously COVID, adjusting our verbiage, doing the PED form, non-essential, crazy market, then interest rates, then training back to basics, right? How to get back to the remember that last year, Otis, getting back to the basics. Training on the new style of video and how we're doing things, building the company, constantly always having to move our message to market based on what's going on. So you guys, we're not new to any of this. We're not new to any of this. This is just a part of the evolution of business, and our business changed the most in the last 5 years in real estate than it had in the previous 10. In the next coming years, it's changing as well. So I'm ready, and that's why we do these. So you guys are ready. Let's go, Marissa. I know you're chomping at the bit. Let's go.
Hi, good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. I won't be too quick or too long. One of my wins for this weekend was that I've been working with my first client for the last week, and we're going to be submitting one of her first offers for today.
Woo! All right. What city?
Fremont.
Fremont. Price point. You're taking it. It's over
1.2.
That's it. That's it. I love it. And Marissa, like, if you could talk to us about some of your non-negotiables, like how have you been able to show up? Like, what's working for you? Let's go there.
Yeah, so my situation is going to be a little bit different. I am a little bit jelly of the people who are privileged to be doing this every single day. But I pretty much have been anytime that she needs me. Luckily, I'm super grateful for the job that I have currently because I'm able to kind of take lead or go take her to open house if I need to. But my non-negotiables for working with this client is if she needs me, I set an appointment that same day to make sure that she knows that I'm available for her whenever she needs me. So I been working with her for a week now, and anytime that she wants to do an open house, I'm like, let's do it today. Let's go to the house today. And I don't push that off any further. I just make sure I'm available for her.
Hey, I love this. I love this. And know that if you get yourself in a pickle and you need some additional support, you obviously have the group to lean on. But fingers crossed for you. I'm looking forward to hearing great news. And if it's not this one, you still have $1 million buyer that is qualified, and she'll keep writing until she finds her home. So,
yeah, and I do want to say thank you so much for everybody who's been talking on the call today, because I think we're all going through that anxiety. Could be the solar eclipse, but definitely something to stay motivated about. And I appreciate everybody's input on the call today because we kind of need that motivation today.
That's right. I love it. Appreciate it. Let's go, Rakitha.
Okay. So for me, a mental win that I've been having is that whenever I wake up, I've been really, really conscious of the first thing I do is saying out loud how my day is going to go. So I kind of just set the tone first thing in the morning. Today is going to be a good day, or today you're going to reach this many people. So that's been a mental win. A business win for me. This weekend I was pretty busy with real estate, showing houses and stuff. And then I had a impromptu open house yesterday for a rental. And as I was doing it, a neighbor came in. And when people left out, she said, you know what? She's like, I studied you and you are just so authentic. Like, you're so real. And I'm like, I didn't think that I did anything special. And she's like, I'm the neighbor. I bought here. And this was in Tracy. She's like, I bought here in 2011 when the homes were first built. I'm thinking of moving in 2 years. Can I get your information? And I'm like, of course. But I was just like, so just, it was just confirmation of just be yourself, because I didn't think I did anything special interacting with the people that came in, but someone noticed me and came to me. So it was like business came to me, you know what I mean? From just being myself. And then a challenge that I'm having is trying to like target clients that are ready to buy now. I have a lot of people that I'm nurturing and have been nurturing for like long periods of time, helping them out with certain things. But for the here and now, I'm not attracting the clients that are like ready right now. So that's just been a challenge. And then something that I've been doing to kind of combat that anxiety for like how things are going to go in January. Whenever like a negative thought comes in my head. Oh yeah, July. What am I talking about? July. Whenever a negative thought comes in my head, like I just stop and I'll say out loud, like, it is what it is, or you're gonna rock through this. And so when I do that out loud, it takes that thought out of my mind. When I'm speaking out loud, like I physically stop that negative thought, you know?
Yeah.
So
Good
yeah,
stuff.
that's that.
Well, good stuff. And I absolutely love this. I think for all of us, you know, I would tap in with your lenders. I would get an understanding of how many pre-approvals they're getting. Like, is that number up? And what you're going to find is that number is significantly up. If you don't have much business, then you should be doing open houses like crazy. And if there's not too many open houses, then maybe you have to drive extra 10, 20, 30, 50 miles. I don't care where it is. But who's to say that you can't do open houses at 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. in the neighborhood where people are picking up their kids from school and they have some time during the week, or maybe that just serves as your office for that couple of days, even if it's slow, and you're letting the neighbors know and you're out there talking to the community. Like, there's some opportunities there. We just have to really, really push, and we really have to find it. Otis, you had one more contribution and we'll start to shift gears. Was that you, Otis?
Old hand.
What's that? Old
That
hand?
was an old.
Okay, cool. You guys, obviously we have you know, some challenges ahead, but I embrace the challenges, and the ones that are going to prepare and understand that this is just a season in our business. Those ones are going to be ready. If you look at it, like I said, if you look at this as opportunity, you're going to find the opportunity. If you look at it as doom and as horrible, then it's probably going to be horrible for you, and that choice rests on yours. So why not go with a more positive choice and say, okay, I'm gonna roll up my sleeves and I'm gonna get ready. I'm gonna practice. I'm gonna prepare. So back to the original part of this call is that I wanted you guys to write down a win for today: physical win, a mental win, a spiritual win, and then a business win. Who wrote that down? Please raise your hand if you wrote that down. All right, cool. Let's go, Jacob, and then let's go, Brandy. I want to hear, Jacob, what is on your list, and let's go, Brandy, next. Jacob, share with me what's on your list.
So for physical, I put lift. For mental, read a little bit of a book.
Hold on. Let's go back. Let's get really, really fine tuned with everything. When you say lift, what are you lifting? What muscle group are you focusing on today?
I'll say chest. I have a bench press outside.
Cool. All right. Let's do chest and tries today.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Mental win.
Mental win. I would say reading for sure. I would also count this as a mental win as well.
Awesome. So Jacob, what are you going to read? How many pages?
I have no idea what I'm going to read, but something around business.
All right. If you need any recommendations, let me know. What's a spiritual win for you? Is it meditating? Is it gratitude? Is it reflection? What is that?
I would say praying and meditating.
Cool. How often do you do that? Is that a regular part of your routine, or is that something that's new?
I would say regular. I mean, I usually do it like in the shower right before I go to sleep.
Okay.
When I wake up.
All right, cool. And then lastly, so what is your business win for today?
Business win. Practice listing presentation. Make sure to contact a few of my leads.
Perfect. Okay, cool. Let's talk about your presentation, you guys. I've said this, and I'm going to drop a video in probably half an hour. Most of our buyers' presentations, if you mirrored those to the top listing agents in your market, I don't believe that they're at that same level of quality. Now, forgive me if I'm wrong, right? But what happens is that our buyer's presentation kind of takes a backseat to a fire listing presentation with all the marketing and the reviews and the beautiful color brochures, and it's got this beautiful spread. So I want you guys to look at your buyer's consultation and say, could this rival any of the top listing agents in my market? The chances are that listing or that buyer's presentation will get smoked by the listing agents. And so this is what I want you guys to do. I want you to treat that presentation as if it was a $2 million listing presentation. Your buyer's presentation needs to be so crisp, so fire, with all the accolades, all the marketing, all of the EXP exclusives, and that needs to be a separation from everybody else in the business. And here's the thing, you guys already have a leg up because there's a lot of buyer's agents in this market that have never done a buyer's consultation. Well, guess what, Kimosabi? Shit's changing. And the strong people are going to survive in this business, and the ones that know how to do an amazing buyer's consultation. So Jacob, love the wins for the day, my man. Appreciate you. Let's put yourself back on mute because I always hear your fan. And let's go Brandy Alfaro. Brandy, let's hit him with it. Physical win, mental win, spiritual win, business win. Let's go. I said Alfaro, Alfonso. Sorry, we have a Jessica Alfaro, so my apologies.
No worries. Okay, so my physical and mental kind of go hand in hand. So I'm gonna do 3 workouts today. And
Wait, so you said 3 workouts?
3 workouts. So I always usually do I do high intensity workout, and then I always go, and I guess this is part of also like spiritual. I also go for a walk/run, and that's to clear my mind, meditate, have some gratitude as I'm running or walking, whatever it is. I play music, and I go on the street, so I'm dancing, I'm waving, I get people honking, "You go, girl!" And I have I have kids rolling down the window, yeah. So
all right, so hold on. So 3 workouts in one day. How many kids do you have?
5.
5 kids. All right, cool. Let's continue on.
I work out while I do dinner too. Nobody's crawling all over me. I'm cooking. Yeah, I make it work. You got to make it work.
Let's go.
And then I'm also studying for to be a fitness trainer. So that's part of I guess the mental,
Cool.
more reading. I also started the book Atomic Habits.
Good.
So like that. And then number 4, I'd have my onboarding Zoom today.
Boom. I love this. I love this clarity, right? It's Monday, you guys. We need absolute clarity. Good stuff. Let's go, Elizabeth. Elizabeth going once, Elizabeth going twice. All right, we're going to move on from Elizabeth. Erica, hit him. Oh, there's Elizabeth.
Oh, sorry. I was with my kids. I had them on. So
Elizabeth, have we met? I'm Elias.
No, we haven't. I was invited on by Daniela, and I'm working right now to get my real estate license. So I've just been kind of in the shadows watching you guys.
Well, hello. Nice to meet you. I'm Elias.
Thank you. Nice to meet you too.
Let's keep it moving.
Everybody.
Let's go, Elizabeth. Hit him.
So physical was the gym this morning.
Perfect.
Yeah. Mental was I do the sauna for 20 minutes. So I read during that whole time. And then I consider this as part of a mental win too.
Nice.
For what was the second?
Spiritual, number 3.
Spiritual, meditation and journaling.
Beautiful. And then what's your business win for the day?
So I have my own bookkeeping company. So getting one of my clients' tax prep done today is going to be my business win.
Cool. Hey, I'm actually looking for a bookkeeper because my current bookkeeper takes so long to get back to me. Can we connect offline? And I need a monthly bookkeeper for S Corp. So I don't know if you can help with that.
Yeah. Reach out. We'll talk. I'll reach out to you.
All right, cool. And Elizabeth, what market are you in?
What market?
Yeah.
Just real estate.
No. Where do you live? Where do you live?
Oh, I'm sorry. San Jose area.
Okay, cool. Awesome. And how long have you been in the game?
In the real estate game or bookkeeping game?
Real estate game.
Real estate just started. I just passed my first exam on the courses, so I got 2 more to go, and then we can get this date done.
That's right. That's right. Well, good. Yeah, let's reach out. Connect with me on Instagram. It's just my name, Elias Astuto, and let's connect. Look forward to talking with you further. But thanks for being here, and thanks for raising your hand, because check it out. There's people that come to the call all the time, and for whatever reason, they're fearful of raising their hand. But you're here.
Yeah. No, thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. Thanks for being here. And let's go last one, Erica, and then we're going to move on to a couple key takeaways. I'm going to go to Ophelia, and I'm going to go to Vernon, and I'm going to go to Champ. Let's go, Erica. Hit him briefly.
All right, physical win. I'm going to get a soccer game going with my son today when he wakes up. He just came back from Mexico for a whole week. So I'm back on mommy duties. That also goes into my mental win. I'm prepping my mental to be back on mommy duties, you know, back to my old routine of taking him to school and everything like that, and prepping myself for happiness and success. I need to hop back into the mental, because this past week without my son, I just kind of fell off track. My son is my main core of my routine. So I'm going to hop back into that. Spiritual win. Solar eclipse is happening today at, I think, like 11 something. It's coming up soon. It's either 11 or somewhere in the noontime, but I'm going to make some solar glasses with my son and just kind of manifest, soak in that this doesn't happen all the time. So I'm going to soak that in and just enjoy the beauty with my son, and hopefully the glasses turn out good. Business win. Definitely going to follow up with another listing lead that I have. I'm really trying to push myself to get a listing in April. So that's one of my solid goals. If I'm not going to fail myself. So wherever, you know, even if it's just like one step into the listing lead, I'm here for it. You know, that's one step closer than nothing. So I'm definitely pushing myself to do that, and hopefully all goes well.
I love it. Before you make that call, I want you to audit, and I want you to run all of your comps. I want you to see how many offers were on the houses that sold, what they sold over asking price, and I want you to lead with the data. Hey, Mr. Johnson, I have some important information about the market of here's what's happened over the last 30 days. Now, knowing that information, I'd love to talk to you a little bit about the strategy and how we would sell your home, so on and so forth, but lead with some really, really good intel about the market. If you need help pulling the comps, pulling the data, just let me know. We can hop on a call. Let's go, Ophelia, and let's go, Vernon. Ophelia, key takeaways from our time together today. It's good to have you back. She took her mom on a vacation, good, bad, and ugly. Nice to have you back. Let's go, Ophelia. Let's hear from you.
Good morning. Yeah. Forgive me for the most part. I did miss it. I had to have a very deep conversation with my son on my way to school. So I muted. But what I did capture, which was somewhat of the tail end, is something that resonated, is you're very correct in that there are listing agents that have gone bells and whistles on their presentation, and the buyer side has fallen off. Like that was me. However, I've kind of mirrored both of them, and now I am stepping up more as a really bona fide presentation, being that we're going to need agreements signed. So I've actually perfecting that a little bit more and rehearsing it a little bit more, so I'm not so wordy, because I am, and just getting to the bullet points and get to the point. So that's a key takeaway, and something that kind of sparked like, hey, you know, get that going, because I have not been fully versed with the NAR issue of just whatever I've been hearing. It happened right as I was about to take off to El Salvador. And then while I was in Salvador, I kind of checked out, right? I was trying to be on vacay. So I'm now getting back into it, reading, viewing those videos, really, really knowing my stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Cool. If I have tons of videos, sounds like you have them, but if you need any help, additional support, or need some clarification on something, feel free to hit me up. But good to have you back. Vernon, let's go to you, big dog. Key takeaways from our time together today, man. Good to see you as well.
Good to see you too, Coach. Key takeaways. I think this would be more of encouragement to those on the call. We're ready, you guys. You're ready, whether you feel like you're ready or not. The feeling is just an emotion. It does not have an impact on the reality. You're ready, okay? Whatever we're experiencing in the market, whatever fear, false evidence appearing real that you are facing, do not allow that to, restrict you, handcuff you, paralyze you. You're ready. Believe in yourself. And it's okay for us to make mistakes. Shoot, we all are going to continue to make mistakes. As fluent, as articulate as Elias is, trust and believe. He trips over himself, right? So let's just draw from each other's feedback. We're ready. That's what I have. Proper preparation prevents a poor performance. And so we're on this call at 8:30 in the morning on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. We're properly preparing ourselves. You are ready. So get out there, get into action, right? Sitting on the sidelines, you can't get in the game. It's strictly observatory. Getting in the game is getting into action, and that's where you learn. You sharpen your tools as you build. We build the ship as we sail. You dig? You're ready. So that's my encouragement for you. That's my feedback. That's what I've drawn from this conversation. You guys are ready. We're all ready. And so let's just get out there and let's be about that action. Let's do it.
You guys, I would love to get to the hands, but I have to call it right now. But you guys remember that like the action is everything. The action gives you the experience gives you feedback. The feedback tells you what are the skill set that I need to improve upon. But what we tend to do is not take massive action, and then the results are our business. Our results are desperation. So let's go out there. It's Monday. Let's move the needle in our business. Appointments, conversations, and appointments is what's going to move your business. It's not staying in your fucking inbox and clearing it out for the next 2 hours. It's not going to move your needle. Get on the phones, make some appointments, go create a video. I've been back and forth with the editor over the last couple of days because I have to launch a video today. That shit's ready. I'm ready to go. So you guys have to look at it. It's Monday. You guys have a new platform. Go out there, create a video, give yourself some momentum, get some engagement, have those conversations, book for some appointments, and let's go make this a week to remember, you guys. Have an amazing, amazing week. And as always, keep it moving towards your dreams, goals, and vision. Peace.
Peace.